Hi guys, and welcome to episode 14 of Game Chat. I'm Chris, and with me today we have Kate.
Hey.
And it's a hot day, so I'm going to get straight into the news. First, we haven't got much news, to be honest, because it's the end of E3. All the news happened like a few weeks ago when E3 was going on, and it's already a dead time for news. But we got a few things. First thing is the Crash Team Racing's come out, which we're going to talk about later in what we've been playing section, and it's had a bit of a bug that's a pretty bad one, which I'm glad I found out about before I've really done any of this. But basically, I'll explain it. It's Crash Team Racing's PS4, got only on PS4s. It's got a save corrupting bug.
Oh god.
Basically, when you do the time trials, people have encountered a bug where basically their save files have been corrupted and irreversibly corrupted. And they've lost everything. Basically, what Activision are saying is when the size of the player's race ghost data gets too big. So when the race ghost, when you're doing a time trial, you've got the ghost of what you've done already when you're racing yourself, basically. And basically, when the data of that gets too big, it fucks the game up, basically. Oh god. So
that's not good.
If you're playing Crash Team Racing right now, avoid time trials until July the 3rd. That's when
that's how long it's going to take.
That's when the patch is coming.
Oh.
So don't do time trials, guys, because you will lose everything, more than likely. Unless you're on Xbox or Switch, which apparently you're fine.
Weird.
But yeah.
You encountered a glitch problem earlier on PlayStation to do with Division.
Yeah, that annoyed me. So luckily I didn't want to play Division at the time. We're going to play it tonight. But I was playing Crash Team Racing and I was just looking through my games, as you do. And I noticed Division had completely disappeared.
And we were playing this last night, like till about 2 o'clock in the morning.
Literally.
So between 2 o'clock and like, when did you notice? Like 2:30?
Yeah.
It had gone.
It completely gone. No idea why.
It's so weird.
But I've reinstalled it. I don't know. I looked it up. Some people have had an issue saying something's corrupted as it's updated, but it already updated before I played it last night, and I doubt there's been another patch since, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I was like, hang on a minute. Where's Division? I thought, oh yeah, maybe I deleted it by accident when I was making space for Crash, but I played Crash before Division last night, so very weird thing. It's back. It should be fine.
Touchwood, the only game I've ever had go corrupt was Mass Effect Andromeda, and that's the only game I've ever had that issue with.
Luckily, my internet's fast enough to deal with the download. That's not.
Well, you're lucky it's a game.
It doesn't take like 4 days to download.
You're lucky it's a server game.
Yeah,
because if it would have deleted everything, you would have had to start again.
I wouldn't have been able to do that. I'm like 30 hours in. I can't be doing that.
That's fine. It's fine.
But it's fine because it's cloud save and it's a live service game, so I'm okay. Hopefully, it doesn't delete any more of my games because I can't be dealing with that.
It's just so weird. Anyway, moving on.
Next, literally, this is how low we are on news. The next pieces of news are what are the Xbox Live Gold games and what are the PlayStation Plus games.
I'm so annoyed. So this is my tale of woe. Every time I buy a game, literally within a few months, it becomes one of the free games. Yeah. So I'm just going to stop buying games. So I'm so annoyed.
On Xbox in July, the Xbox Live games you're getting are as follows. Playdead's Inside, which is a great game. If you've not played it, it's amazing. It's a little indie game. I absolutely love it. But this is no good to me because I've already played it. You get Big Crown Showdown, which is a game I've got I haven't played on PlayStation, but I guess I've now got it on Xbox as well. It's like a
options
multiplayer game, little same screen multiplayer game.
Is it like Castle Crashers?
Yeah, you gotta race across like a level, but you gotta try and fuck each other up and knock each other off.
So it's like Castle Crashers and Speedrunners.
Castle Crashers and Speedrunners against each other.
Okay, that's very cool.
We do aim to play it on the channel at some point as a multiplayer mayhem thing, but we haven't had a chance.
When we're not all playing our individual weeb games.
Well, you.
Me and... Yeah.
Really loud motorcycle just went past.
Someone's overcompensating.
Also, you get a game called Meet the Robinsons, which is an Xbox 360 game.
It's a movie.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've never heard of this movie.
I've never watched it. It's the one where the T-Rex has got the little arms and he can't get him in the corner.
Is it good?
I don't know, I've never watched it, but I just know that particular joke was on the advert.
In the comments if it's good. And finally, you're getting Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Forget me then, bro.
This is what Kate's annoyed at.
I love that game so much. Do you know what? I'll finish it on PlayStation and then I'll play it again on Xbox. Why not? Treat myself. Treat yourself.
I didn't think you got it, so I thought you'd be happy about that.
I love that game. If you haven't played it, please play it. It's so good.
If you like Castlevania games.
It's got the best boy in it. Alucard. Best boy. Watch the anime on Netflix as well, please.
I do like that anime.
Please. It's
so
good.
Very good. I have to say.
Season 3
hasn't got me into the games yet, though. Yet.
Scrub, that's all.
I'd rather watch an anime about it because it's easy to do. I can't do those games. I'm shit at them. As we found out when
there's
we played
no conviction.
The game to it the other day. Moving on. PlayStation 4's free games. Is there like a motorcycle gang going past or something? PlayStation 4's free games of the month are very, 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 very disappointing. Unless you like football. Or soccer, if you're in America. You get Pro Evo 2019, I believe. Or is it 2018? No, it's 2019. I was going to say. It's 2018, that's a shame. But considering the next Pro Evo game comes out in 3 months, it's a bit of a shit pick for a PS Plus game, to be honest. It's they're running out of games now.
To be honest, the PlayStation Plus free games, when's the last time you actually played one?
Rocket League. And that was ages ago.
The only one I can think that I downloaded and scrubbed was, what's the one we got with the lady who could go into the shadow?
The first one we ever got called Contrast. That was the first ever PlayStation game you played.
I platinumed that. I played a little bit of Blacklight Retribution because I really like that. But they've killed that now, haven't they? They've killed the servers on it, so we can't play that anymore. And I think them are the only two free games.
There's been a few which I've played, but Helldivers was one of them. But it's very rare that any of them really
stick.
Drag me in.
I've got that Psycho Pass because I really want to play that.
Yeah, you have, yeah.
But I haven't finished Persona 5 or Danganronpa 2, so...
Too many weeb games.
My weeb games are stacking up, so I need to focus. I need to knuckle down. You can't use that word. That's our word.
Another free game that you're getting for PlayStation is called Horizon Chase Turbo, which I don't know what this is, but it's described as a love letter to the iconic Just One More Go racers of the arcade's golden age.
So it's a car racing game.
So it's an arcade racer that, yeah.
Whatever floats your boat, innit?
Apparently, harken back to the classics like Outrun and Top Gear. Now, I didn't know Top Gear had game, for one. I've heard of Outrun. Apparently Outrun's fun, but...
I have no idea.
A bit of a poor show in terms of games.
I got Game Pass.
Xboxes seemed alright, but even then,
it's got Symphony of the Night in it, so it's the best.
It's better than PlayStation's in this time.
Yeah, it's a great game. Play it, people. Play it. And
Chris, I might have got it for free now.
I've got it on PlayStation digitally, so you have it too.
The Xbox One X. So.
Yeah. Wow.
Anyway. Literally, that's the news.
No, One Punch Man's getting a video game. Don't ask me how. If you're familiar with the anime One Punch Man, this guy wins every fight he's in with one punch. I've only watched the first episode. I do plan on watching more.
It's going to be an absolutely riveting fight.
Yeah, I don't know how this game's going to work. There's got to be some kind of unless you play as all the people fight opposing him. Maybe
you've got to beat One Punch Man.
Maybe
I feel like he's not going to lose in his own game.
I don't know. It sounds fun. I'm interested.
Well, we watched the trailer and it was literally everyone was just kicking the shit out of
One Punch Man.
One Punch Man. He was just standing there taking it. That was the game. They haven't explained it. What's the deal?
I watched the first episode of the anime, and he just basically I don't think he feels pain or anything. He can't be hurt. Yeah, but and he wins every fight with one punch.
That's my problem. I don't see how that works in a video game.
I don't know.
It must do.
Literally, they showed the trailer, and they were like, they don't even know when it's releasing or anything, so there's no details, but that's just happened, so.
Unless he's got to get punched so much to build up to his punch.
Maybe.
But then even still, like, trying to get hit, that's...
Maybe it'll be like, you're the person who fights him and you have a certain amount of time before he's gonna do the one punch, and you've got to get like so much damage on him before he does the one punch to move on to the next level. Maybe it's like a reverse.
But the One Punch Man where you're not playing as the main character doesn't really...
I don't know. This is all speculation. Like I say, I've only watched one episode of the anime. I'm trying to finish Bleach, so I'm very busy on the anime. I'm very busy. I'm almost at episode 300, so I'm getting there.
Oh, so. You would have lost me at like 10.
You're a scrub. You got no conviction. Anyway, I'm sure there's
one
some
anime for me.
Oh, I have some cyberpunk news.
Go on then. Throw that hot cyberpunk news on me.
Okay. So I watched this video, and it was basically a guy who was with one of the developers, and he was asking him like the most popular questions from Twitter and stuff. So there's quite like a mix of information. A lot of the things were like, we don't know yet because it's not locked in. But, so the city is divided into 6 different areas run by 6 rival gangs, and they all govern their own part. So like in Deditae, when you cause trouble, the cops come. Yeah. In that game, the gangs deal with the justice. There's a thing outside of the walls called the Badlands, and that's where people who are known as nomads come from.
Okay.
So
it's like post-apocalyptic outside town.
You know they keep talking about this thing called net running?
Yeah.
So the guy said between 2019 or 2020 and 2077, something happens to the internet. He didn't say what it was. Something happens. And they build...
Jen from IT Crowd dropped the box.
She could have done. To be fair, that's what I thought when I was watching it. I was like, oh no, the internet box.
Not the internet.
And so instead of fixing it or whatever, for whatever reason, they kind of built a wall blocking off the old internet, blocking out the haters. And like, so now they have the new internet. And hackers and stuff try to hack through the wall and get into the old internet, but they never come back. So there's something...
The dark place.
Something going on. Like obviously they're not going to say because it's probably going to be like a big part of the game. Yeah. So there's that all that detail to it.
Oh my god, is Keanu Reeves the old internet?
Apparently. they asked about him. And apparently in the... I don't want to call it a board game.
The tabletop.
Tabletop game.
Yeah.
There is a character in it, a female character. I can't remember her name, but they refer to her by name. And she is his ex-girlfriend. And people who got to play the behind closed doors demo, she appears right at the end of that demo, or she's mentioned right at the end of that demo. So this tabletop game sounds like it's got some legit info in it. Like there's some really good things in it.
They've said it's linked. It's interesting.
The character customization. It's not locked in by gender. The guy asked if there was any sort of missions that would change depending on your gender. The guy said no. Dialogue might change, but no mission will change. The character creator's not even finalised yet, but there is some aspects of it that they've got. So there's like Mass Effect, you know, when you could choose your story kind of thing. So there's like a war hero.
Your backstory.
Yeah. So there was there's one where you're a nomad, grew up outside of the wall, and that one gives you they said it was
a man in the streets.
It said it was like, so when you go through control points in the cities and stuff, you've got more insight into that because you're used to like going through the wall and things like that. There's one where you grew up on the streets, obviously inside the wall, and that gives you more perks in knowing the gangs and knowing how the gangs work. Okay. So you got more of an insight into how they run things. That I think they're the only two that went into detail about.
There's one where you're a businessman.
Something to do with
you're the corporate,
corporate. You
climb
the corporate ladder, so you know how like that side of it works. I'm really interested to see how that makes a difference.
Which one are you gonna pick? If you got those three, which one are you
I would probably choose the gang one.
So I'm choosing corporate all the way. I'm wearing fancy suits, going around.
I feel like the gang one will give you. I think it would be more useful. So with the gangs as well,
but you got connections in your corporate.
You have to, by the time you have to do loyalty missions for all the gangs, and sometimes you have to wear certain clothing and stuff to get into certain places. But the guy said you will never swear fealty to one of the gangs because you're like a gun for hire.
You're a freelancer.
Yeah.
Bloody anthem.
Yeah. You're like a gun for hire, like a mercenary. So you kind of like you'll work for everyone, but you never like stay with one.
That's cool.
What else was that? Oh, modifications are like all the weird stuff that you can do to yourself. The story forces you to have 2, and it's the eyeball and the hand grip, like they showed in that. You remember when they?
Grip, like,
yeah,
do you have a Terminator hand?
It's to help you grip the gun, isn't it? Do you remember?
Oh yeah.
It was from that like hour gameplay they released.
I remember the one when they took the eye out. That was awesome.
They're the only 2 that you're forced to have. You can play the rest of the game basically staying human.
Can I get? You know what my question's going to be? Can I get a metal penis?
I don't know, Chris. I'm here to talk about Cyberpunk, not it. Like,
just wondering. Like you said anything.
It's moving on. It's too hot. It's too hot for this tomfoolery.
We'll move on.
What else did they say? Not every building's going to be like you can't go into every building. I don't see why that's a problem.
Yeah. Like, well, you know what? At least we're not getting. You can go. You see that place? You can go there.
They said like there's no.
We're not getting any of that.
They said there's no point in having dead space. So
that makes sense.
You can climb up to the top of things. There are some big ship type things flying around. They did refer to them by a name, but I've slept since then, so I can't remember. You will never you won't be able to fly them.
The things in Avengers, what they're called, the helicarriers, like that.
I don't know. Apparently they're in the sky and you can see them above the city. And someone said, like, can we fly them? No, you can't. You can see them. I think maybe sometimes you ride on them, but you can't fly them.
First.
So.
You can drive cars though. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, you can drive cars. Is that everything I know? Let me have a quick ponder. Yeah. We can't. Yeah. I think that was.
It looks awesome.
That was about it, really.
Keanu Reeves in your mind. I know that much.
Is he though?
He's not in your mind. He's kind of like a.
He's like your conscience.
Not your conscience.
Oh!
He's like a thing, a cyber thing.
That reminds me. On the character creator, there's a section called Your Childhood Heroes, and he's one of the options.
Oh my god. He's the internet. I'm telling you that now.
There's like a few different options for you to pick. They did say names, but like I said, I'm forgetful. So, and I watched this like last week. So I don't know if that'll have an influence on how you carry yourself. He's going to be
like the creator of the virus that ruined the internet. And then you're going to get downloaded that virus in your head, and then that's going to be him. That's my guess. I don't know. But I could completely wrong.
Apparently, he plays a very, very key role in the story. That's apparently, my guess. That's probably what they said. But yeah, I think that was about it. Really, I don't think I can't really remember them saying anything else that stood out to me. No. A lot of the things people asked, they were like, "It's not finished, so we can't say."
Do you reckon they'll hit the release date?
I don't want them to. Because if they hit the release date, I'm very sceptical. I feel like a game like this needs to get pushed back at least once.
I don't know. It has been. It was meant to come out this year, apparently.
It's 3 times bigger than The Witcher 3. Ooh. Or something like that.
That's big.
Fuck's
sake. We're going to have fucking question marks everywhere, aren't we? To go and have a look at.
I like games like that, though, because I love clearing them.
I love The Witcher. It was just like, there was so much to do. So much.
I don't know. I am excited for this game. If they can pull off half of what they're chatting, it will be amazing. Because I feel like they're bigging it up.
I feel like they will.
They're bigging it up, and I'm like, I don't know if I believe.
The more they say, you get the more skeptical.
Yeah,
you get.
they're like, you can do this because at the start they were like, you can romance anybody, and then everyone was like, can you romance Keanu Reeves? And they were like, no. And then it's like, well, can you romance this person? And they're like, no. So you know what I'm saying? Like, don't make blanket statements.
There is romance like stories similar to The Witcher's. Like they'll actually tie into the story as well.
Oh.
If you do them, if you choose to go that way with that person, apparently.
I don't know.
But there are some that are just one night stands.
Yeah.
If you want. So.
Well, that's pretty bad. It does sound good though, and like the way the city runs, and it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting game.
Oh, I'm super hyped for it. It's my most hyped game of next year already, because even though there is a fuckload going out next year.
That's the trouble. So much is coming out, and there's so much big games.
Everything big up to May is coming out. We got something like every month. I don't think we got anything January, but February, March, April, May, fucking jam packed. because the new consoles are coming, man. They've got to get those games out. And then they're going to re-release them on the new consoles later on.
Hopefully they'll just do that thing where you just get the patch. Game. You know, like if you already own it, you can just patch it.
You'd think if they own it digitally, they will. But what are you getting Cyberpunk on? What if you switch consoles with the next one?
That is very true.
I'm getting on Xbox.
I'm going to get it on Xbox.
Simply because mine looks better anyway.
And
it's completely single player.
Towards the next gen, I'm leaning very, very heavily towards Xbox rather than PlayStation. Yeah.
I am as well. But PlayStation could easily change my mind.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see what they come out with, because they've gone like fucking ghosts for the last year. Like, they haven't said shit really. So
they're bombed.
Well, they've come out with a lot of information about the PlayStation 5, sort of, but they haven't really shown what their vision for the future is. So we'll see. I kind of want them to do. I want them both to be good, because that if they're both good, it makes the one
they have to get better.
They have to get better.
Yeah, and it's better for the gamer.
Exactly. Yeah.
Final Fantasy 14 is getting a live action TV show.
Is that the online one?
Is it live action?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that the online one?
Yeah, I don't play it. I played it for a day, never went back to it. Don't ask me what it's about.
So
I don't know.
If it's the online one, are the live action people the characters in the game, or are they?
Mate, I do not know. I have no idea. I played it for a day, and the only missions I got was, can you take this letter to this person?
Typical
Can you do? Yeah, and I just can't. I don't like those kind of games, but because it was Final Fantasy, I was like, I'll give it a chance. But yeah, I'm not feeling it.
Yes.
Overwatch has got the Baptiste event going, and it's going to end on Tuesday in this country.
Will probably be when this comes out. So
it's
ending soon.
Yeah, it's the standard 3. Win 9 games in the actual like arcade, comp, or quick play to unlock. It's I think it's like an icon, sprays, and then a skin, and you can farm Twitch drops for some more sprays.
Yeah, Kay was doing that all like last week.
I just put my laptop on. And turn the sound down and just leave it running. So yeah, it works. It's not much, but it's honest work. Anyway, right, you want to move on to your Lord and Saviour?
Should we move on to
Crash Team Racing?
What we've been playing? Do you want to do yours first, or shall I talk about mine?
Whatever, bro.
I'll do mine first.
Take it away.
Because yours is going to go on longer. So I've been playing Crash Team Racing. I think it's called Nitro-Fueled, I don't know. But
that's how much he loves this game.
I call it Crash Team Racing. No one calls it by its full name. No one even calls it Crash Team Racing. They call it CTR. That's the name on the streets.
So now you all know.
But I used to love this game as a kid. Played the shit out of it. Can't remember if I completed it. I don't think I did. But we'll get to that. So I'm playing it now, and it is beautiful. It looks how I remember it, but obviously not. Like, I look at the comparisons, and they're like ridiculous changes. Like, it's beautiful graphics wise.
I had a quick go on it last night. I'm not really into it. I was in my house with Stan Spyro, so I was never really into
Spyro's coming to it.
Crash.
Spyro's coming in as DLC. Free.
I played it. It was okay. It's I don't really like those kind of games though, so it was good. I enjoyed it. It was a fun game. It looks good. I like the customization on it. I'm not gonna play it when you guys aren't playing it.
Out of kart races, which one?
I feel like Mario Kart. Crash. There's too much stuff going on in a Mario Kart game, whereas Crash, it seems a lot more simpler.
So I don't know about that. I think it's the opposite way.
You reckon?
But
then again, I only played the first 3 levels, so I haven't seen how many.
It's a lot more complicated.
Oh, okay.
Like, the one thing that I think Crash Team Racing has over Mario Kart is story mode. It's got adventure mode, which is actually really fun when you're not shit like me. Basically, you're going through. That's what I've been playing most. So I've been playing mainly as Crash, although I did have to change characters to actually win a race.
So, is it like the characters have their own stats, not the car? Where in Mario, the cars give you the stats?
The characters each have their own
that's
stats.
Cool. That's interesting.
You can change the car. There's a lot of customization in this. You can change the look of your character, sort of. They have different skins.
Yeah, I played as the little puma, and I unlocked like a snow leopard skin for him, like a white. Well, it's white, so I assume it's like a snow version of him. It's really cute. I like it.
That puma.
I love him. He's when you win, he licks his paws when he's holding the steering wheel. It's so cute. I love him.
But you can change the carts. You can put stickers on your cart. Change colour, wheels, all that.
I think the power ups in Crash are better than the Mario power ups.
They're way better.
They're not as like stupid as the Mario ones.
Mario, like the one thing I hate in Mario, which is I love Mario Kart, but this kind of ruins the game, and people love it. Fucking blue shell. Yeah. Fuck the blue shell, man. Because if you're first and you've earned place first, and someone gets you that just before you're going to go over the
bullet that takes the person into first.
There is something sort of like
a lot of the Mario games, like the party one, it's crap because you play the game and you're winning.
Mini games are fun.
And then you get to the end and Toad gives a load of stars to people who were losing all the way through. Yeah. So there's no point in playing the game because
fuck you for having skill.
Like, yeah, I hate stuff like that. Like,
you know what? I don't even know why that is though. It's because it's aimed at kids.
But you know what? That's not how it should be.
No, it shouldn't. You should be able to turn it off.
Like, if you didn't win, you didn't win.
Yeah.
That's life.
I agree.
You're not going to get handouts in life.
These lessons, kid.
It's stuff like that really annoys me. It's like, what? There's no point in the game if the game's rigged. Yeah. There's no point playing. I have a lot of feelings about stuff like this. It proper annoys me. I have a lot of feelings.
But yeah, adventure mode is really fun. Going through that, you do each race. You've got to come. One thing that annoys me is you got to come first in every race. Now I knew this because like that was in the old game, but now it seems a lot harder. I don't know whether I've just got worse in my old age, but it is a lot harder now. Because it just seems to be that you're racing, and I think this might be a thing. You're racing and you can get out front, but you know how in Mario Kart you can get really far in front and there's no one behind you. I think Crash, with the AI at least, does that thing where it catches them up to you to keep it interesting. Which is fine when you're having a fun game, but when you're trying to come first every time in the story mode, it pisses you off.
I feel like
when you're like a not even like a centimetre away from the fucking finish line, and then you get blown up and someone just gets there for it before you, and you're just like, for fuck's sake.
I started playing that game, and bear in mind I'd never played it before, and I feel like instead of telling you everything you need to know at the start, they tell you in drabs and it's not useful. Yeah, they tell you as you go along. Yeah. And like, for someone who played before, it's alright. I remember most of the stuff. Like, there's some things that have come out I completely forgot, or maybe I knew, I don't know. But for someone who's a beginner, that's like I did the first race, and then he's like, oh, did you know you could like use this? Or do you know you can press this to do this? It's like, why don't you tell me at the start? Yeah, and it's like, what confused me, I'm on the third world-ish area, like in the first area I was stuck on the third race for like I did this race like 25 times and I couldn't come first because I kept getting pipped at the post at the end. I've done 3 races and I come first every single time. You got it on easy then? I don't know. I've got it on normal. I don't know what. I was going to put it on hard and try and get platinum, but fuck that noise. No. You feel like because they're teaching you stuff as you go along, the races will get harder as you go along. Yeah. That's the way you would think it would generally go. I thought like whereas the third match race in that was really, really hard and took so long, whereas I went to the next race after that. It's fucking pissing. So I thought it would be like he tells you something, like he'll go, oh, did you know you can drift? And then I thought the race after that would be a drifting race. And he goes, that's what I thought it would be. Like he tells you things that are going to affect the next course, but it doesn't seem like that. Yeah, this sometimes happens. I mean, I like the way it works. Like, you have the 3 races, or how many other races, to get keys to go to the boss. You unlock the boss. First boss was Ripperoo. I love Ripperoo. It's great. Do you know which one Ripperoo is? That one in Straight Jacket. Straight Jacket Kangaroo, and he's crazy. I love him. But basically you have boss battles then, and it's 1v1 against them, but they're like constantly throwing shit at you, like all the time. You have to keep dodging. Like, Ripperoo constantly has TNTs thrown behind him, and like if you get ahead of him, you're okay. But because of the whole catch-up thing, you're fucked.
And then
I think throwing the items are really hard because you can aim forward, but some things can only be thrown behind you, and it's
there
just
is a way
stupid.
to the bowling ball bomb. There is a way
you can aim
to throw that backwards, and I can't figure out. I tried it didn't work.
I've got my controls on.
You got your controls
a different setting to
Yeah, I'm going to change mine because literally pressing the X button, I'm getting like circles on my fingers because I'm playing it. I was playing it for so long today, and my fingers were hurting.
A few days ago, I was playing Judgment for so long, I got pins and needles in my hands. And I had to like put the controller down and like wiggle my hands, and that's no hands me before.
Back in your hands. Like I came off playing Crash to make something to eat, and my hand was just like that. I was like, "What's going on?"
Oh, the clown.
But it is really fun. I'm enjoying it. The maps I find are a lot. There's a lot more going on the maps compared to like Mario Kart.
See, now I think some of the Mario Kart maps. There's so much crap going on the map. Like there's a load of like environmental hazards, if you like, on the map. Whereas the ones I've seen on Crash, it seemed pretty chill. No, they seem kind of easy to avoid.
I'd say the opposite. There's a lot more environmental hazards.
I haven't got that far
on in the Crash maps.
Okay.
And the powers are a lot more.
My favourite power is the Quicksilver power.
The one where you slow one down, and you're just like. Fuckers.
You have to do it and then you have to sing If I Could Save Time in a Bottle. That's what I did to you and Sam last night like 10 times as I was going past you.
One thing I wish it took from Mario Kart 8 especially is the replay. I wish they had that. Because like...
That's the best part of those games.
They show you like after the map everyone just celebrating or in sorrow after they've lost. Which happens to me most of the time. But they don't really. There's no replay and it sucks because I feel like it should be because it's funny.
Are you enjoying it?
I'm enjoying it. It's my childhood. It's like when Crash came out. Like I love that as well.
So that was me with Spyro. I was like, oh my god,
never played
I can play Spyro, and I sat down to play it, and it made me feel so.
Yeah, they fixed that now.
I can actually get back on it now. But I was playing it and I was like, I can't. That's how I feel in VR. It made me feel that way without being in VR. It was
doing that to a lot of people.
Oh, it's horrible. And I was really upset because I was really looking forward to playing it.
The one I need now. Like, they've done Crash, the collection. That's all I need of that. I don't need a new Crash. It's fine. They've done Crash Team Racing. Please do Crash Bash. That's the only one I want. That was my favourite one. I love that game. And that is a better Mario Party.
I would be shocked if they didn't do it.
I don't know though. It's a cool classic, like, not even the Crash, not a lot of the Crash fans loved it, but like it had this small like niche that absolutely loved it, and it's a better party game than Mario Party.
I don't like.
It's like the Crash one games literally did everything that Mario did,
but better.
But I don't know about. To be fair, the only thing they didn't do better was the actual Crash games. Like they're fun, but they're not better than Mario in terms of platforming and that. But the racing game and the party game, in my opinion, are much better. The spin-off is basically a better.
Interesting.
But I'm loving it, and hopefully I can finish the adventure mode without raging. But I'm absolutely loving it.
Another game that I think is worth a mention that we started playing. It's not new. We're late to the party.
Oh, I know what you mean. Strange Brigade.
I literally like.
You forget it as you were saying.
It just like left my mind. Strange Brigade is so much fun. I'm really impressed.
We it was on Game Pass, so we picked it up on Game Pass, and it's a really good, really fun co-op game. Like I wouldn't play it on my own. I don't think.
I would.
It's one of those where it's like it makes you want to co-op. You know what I mean? Like,
you got to work together.
Yeah, it makes the co-op worthwhile. You're not just both shooting things, which you are, but there's puzzles and stuff where you have to like, work together and work stuff out, and it's cool, man. It's got something for sort of everybody. Yeah.
So if you just want to like run and gun, get to the end, you can. If you want to stop, look for the puzzles, look for the secrets, you can. I like that.
Yeah.
I like my favourite part of the games is puzzles and stuff. That's my favourite part.
When I picked it, I was like, okay, I like this.
That's my favourite part of a game. And I think, so like, I love that side of it. Obviously I like combat in a game. Obviously I do like, so games without combat sometimes get boring.
Yeah.
But it's just so good. And it's got a very quirky style
it's
to it.
It's a very British game.
Yeah.
Like, there's a proper British commentator going through it all, and it's like it's like a cross
League
between
of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
It's there, yeah. For me, it's like a cross between League of Extraordinary Gentlemen and Indiana Jones.
Sort of, yeah.
Kind of mixed together because you're going through tombs trying to find.
You're part of this
treasure.
team called the Strange Brigade, and there's 4 members that you can play as so far.
Yeah.
And they all got like different, like the guy you play as has got like magic, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's got like he's got like a magic amulet.
We all have magic amulets.
Yeah, but he's got a special one that can do
sorry.
special. Like, I've got this magic power at the moment that turns enemies into chickens, and like as soon as I saw that, chickens. I was like, gotta get that shit because that's hilarious.
My one, I've got a few because I unlocked quite a few of them. They're not as like devastating as your one. They're quite like boring in essence.
What are yours?
I got one where I just kind of like grab an enemy and pull it like a scorpion, like get over here, move. I've got one where this like ball follows me around, like shoots.
Oh, like a turret,
like Destiny, like he's like a little ghost. He follows me around, but it's really good. It's fun. It's quirky. You're. It's like some. Is she an Egyptian? Is she like a pharaoh or something?
There's an Egyptian pharaoh goddess woman.
And she's escaped and she's...
And you've got to try to hunt her down. But like, you're going into these different types of tombs and stuff like that. There's traps that can harm you, but you can use them against enemies.
The first area is very like much like what you'd expect from an Indiana Jones movie.
Yes.
The second area we moved on was like a jungle area.
Yeah.
So it's really good, and like you get... It doesn't go easy on you because, like, when they drop enemies on you, they drop at the areas you're going to.
There's an area where they lock all the doors behind you. It's obviously a trap. All the enemies fucking come out. You set off these crystal things. All the fucking enemies come out. There's traps around you can use.
It's so
There's
good.
Fucking loads of people coming out. Like, not even people. They're like zombies, mummies, whatever.
You have to think about it. You can't just run in there and start shooting everyone. You have to think about it.
It's very, very.
It's so much fun though.
Co-op friendly. It's 1 to 4 player. We've only been playing with 2, but. We can find 4 people to play that. That'd be amazing. Like, that would be really fun.
I wonder if more enemies drop the more people you've got.
I imagine
because that would be mad.
Because
look how many is
on your
only
own with that many people.
It's so good though. It's definitely worth mentioning.
It is very fun, and we need to get back to it. But from what I'm hearing, the only drawback of it is it feels like it's over too quickly.
You can tell it's one of those games that when you're playing it, you know it's not going to have many levels.
Yeah.
But I feel like the idea of it is
very replayable.
That I think that they don't expect you to get all the collectibles the first time around. I think they expect you to go back and find them. Mm-hmm. But I can't leave.
To be fair, no, we did leave like one. There's one. I think it was like a.
It was like the
jade
jar,
statue thing.
Yeah.
Like the monkeys out that Jungle Run program. That if you're in Britain, you'll know what that is. But like you're collecting them, and the easy one we find
the cats
is the cats because they meow, and you're like, oh, there's a cat around, so you look for it. But they're just sitting somewhere. You're very easy to miss. We always get like 3 out of 4.
We kept going back. Find the 4th one. Like, just keep going back because I can't leave. I can't do it. I'm terrible for collectibles. I need them all. I can't.
No, you know what? Like finding the collectibles in that game though, it's not like a chore.
It's not hard.
It's very fun.
Well, once you kind of
a lot of them are like puzzles and stuff.
Once you kind of know the kind of places they hide them, it becomes easier to look.
On the top of pillars and shit like that. Yeah.
It's definitely worth a play. If you got it on Game Pass, it's definitely worth a play.
That's what I love about Game Pass. Like games come on there which you wouldn't have bought in the first place, but like you can try them and you're like, oh, I love it.
I feel like it might have DLC coming in beans on Game Pass.
Probably. I imagine that's how they make the money.
Yeah, because then that's what I'm saying. They'll give it you for free and you like it, and then they'll be like, oh, look at this DLC for like £25.
But like, I mean, if you haven't got an Xbox, and you're paying like, if it's like 20 quid somewhere else, well worth it.
It is
in
good.
my opinion. We
started the Halo collection as well.
Yes, yeah, we did. We literally had a whole week of co-op games.
Yeah.
Started Halo Master Chief Collection.
The Chief.
Good so far. Like we never really been into Halo.
I've never played a Halo game before, so I'm enjoying it.
But Corey's always talking about him. He loves him, and Jamie. So we thought we'd give him a go.
Corey got me that interested in it. I started reading the books because Corey like sold me on it so bad. I started reading the books. So I'm very ready to fully get into it. But I am enjoying it. Like
it's very old. Obviously, we're playing the Halo Combat Evolved, which is 1. very old style.
But it's not bad.
It's not bad. It's playable, obviously. You just got to remember how to do old first-person shooters. But
you got to be old.
I love the button where you can change what it used to look like and what it looks like now.
I love it.
They did a lot of work on that game.
I like playing it in the old school. I think it's funny to play it old.
Yeah, you had to turn it off though when you were going through the dark corridors because you couldn't see shit.
You can't see. I don't know how people played it back then because you're just walking around in the dark waiting for someone to attack you. It is good though. I am enjoying it. I'm looking forward to carrying on through the rest.
It was really fun. We played a bit of Human Fall Flat.
Oh, that game! Oh my god, it's so.
It's
frustrating.
It's frustrating, and it's just
funny though.
We were creasing laughing. It was so funny. Like
the worst part about it is we'll come up to a puzzle, and I'm like, oh, we've got to do this, and he'll be like, no, this is how we do it.
And then it turns out to be like,
and then he spends like 25 minutes trying to do
this like really convoluted way. Okay, just like you got to press this or do this. And
that happened about 5-6 times.
I'm overthinking it. Although that one thing where we had to swing across, had to hook something over and swing across that thing.
Awful.
You were like, that won't work, and it did. I don't know whether it was the right way to do it, but it works.
It's one of those games where you just start trying random crap. It's like you look like a little blob from Gang Beasts.
You're like a little blob from Gang Beasts, basically. Yeah.
They're called
with ragdoll physics.
You don't move properly.
You walk really weirdly, like all like loose limbs and stuff, and you got basically. You just got to solve puzzles as you go.
You can only move your hands, essentially. Like you have control over both of your hands by the triggers, and you can jump and stuff. And you just get dropped somewhere, and you basically just have to move through the areas. So the first area is like a construction site, and the area we're in now is like a castle, like kingdom.
Kingdom castle, yeah.
It's so fun. It's funny, but it's one of them games where it literally breaks you.
So it's very like kart friendly. Like on one, you've got like. One of us will stand on the platform to open a door so the other person can go through. They've got to find a way to keep the door open on the other side, kind of stuff. It is really fun. And
sometimes you can fully cheat it though. Like remember when you were trying to get that box and you spent ages and ages and I just jumped into that window that had no business jumping up there.
Do you remember when I was building up rocks to try and climb over this wall?
And I was like, you just got to smash the wall.
You picked up a rock and you were like, I'm just going to smash the wall with it. And it actually worked. And I was like, I spent ages building this intricate rock wall, which would have worked eventually.
It would. No, I said to him as soon as the rocks dropped, I was like, we need to roll these rocks at the wall and the wall will break. And he was like, no. And he was building this wall and I was just watching. And in the end, I just picked up a rock and just went, and the wall just broke down. And it was hilarious. It was so funny. Oh.
Still made a good rock wall.
And then we stopped playing it, went to bed, and I was literally lying in bed and I was like,
you came with the answer for
this is how we solve this puzzle. And the next morning we went down and tried it. You gotta play it. It's so funny.
It's definitely it's on Game Pass. So another one of those, if you got Game Pass, definitely worth giving a go if you got a significant other or a friend you want to play with, because it's just, you will have a good time. It is funny as fuck, man. It's so good. Okay.
Oh, we've been playing Cuphead as well, but we're not
that's
we're not going to get into that because it's just it's so awful. I love it. You know what?
Like we've made progress. We've got to the second world, and we beat one boss in the second world. And considering how long we actually played it, that's actually a decent amount of progress. It took me a lot longer in the first single player. So
we beat the running level as well, the run and gun level.
Yes, we have. Yeah.
It's one of those games where you just have to just keep at it. Yeah. No matter how bad you want to quit, you just got to keep at it.
That's what I love about Cuphead. You even if you died,
you want to do it. You want to carry on.
Every time you die, you learn something new.
Yeah.
And you're learning to it's getting into the rhythm of it.
I love it.
That's literally what it is.
I love it. I don't normally like those kind of games, games that are designed to be hard, because I don't.
It's a Dark Souls of platformer.
I don't have the temperament for them kind of games. Usually, I get too mad, so I don't play.
Yeah.
But I really like Cuphead. I like the style of it. I like the idea of it. So I want to get good. I want to be good at Cuphead. I love Mugman.
Yeah, I love Cuphead. Even though he is an asshole.
So Cuphead's fault.
It is good though. It is
very, very good.
But the big game that you've been playing, which is the biggest, the newest release game, is Judgment.
Or Judge I.
Judge I.
Judge I.
Is that a Japanese name for it?
I think so, because when this game came out, I was looking at Instagram and stuff, And, like, no one was really talking about this game. And I was like, why is no one on about this game, etc.? And then I realised it's because everyone was tagging it Judge Eyes instead of Judgement.
Oh, surely someone's tagging it Judgement now.
Yeah, but, like, when you hashtag it, like, hashtag Judgement, there's, like, pictures of cats looking at people weird and stuff. Like, it's a very broad hashtag, but on, like,
True.
Instagram. But
maybe it's called Judgement Game. Hashtag.
I tried that, and I tried, like, Sega and everything. It's just, I found it.
Is it a Sega game?
Yeah. Sega. Well, it's presented by Sega.
Yeah, it's called, maybe people make Yakuza say
yeah, so this game, I knew nothing about it. I didn't even know it was coming out. Chris showed me one trailer for it. It wasn't even a trailer.
Because I knew it's her type of game.
It wasn't even a trailer. It was literally the first cutscene from the game.
I knew it was your type of game.
That was all I watched about it. I was like, maybe. Spoke to my friend Henry and he was like, oh, it looks really, really good. And I was like, maybe. And I just happened to walk past a game shop. It's called Exchange. It's very new. It's in West Brom for anyone who lives around this area. And this game shop, from what I can gather, its entire purpose is to undercut CEX in game. It's literally within a 1 minute walk of game. And they have brand new games in there. So, like, Crash was in there.
Yep.
£32.
That was on the Switch.
On the Switch.
Which is why I didn't get it on the Switch.
Like, they have brand new games sealed in the pack for, like, 20 quid cheaper than game would. So this Judgement game, I paid £40 for it. That was
not bad,
pretty
considering
good.
it's like brand new and normally, even digitally, it's like 50-something quid.
Exactly. So I was like, for that price, I was like, yeah, I'll get it. I'll try it. Not even knowing if I was going to like it. I knew nothing about this game.
Do you want to know why I need love it? Because, like, the 3 words that I heard from it was, it's kind of like a Japanese Saints Row-ish kind of game, like in terms of the open area. It's Ace Attorney-like, and it's very Japanese. And then literally I was like, okay, I love this game.
It is very good. I've played, like, got to be getting on 30 hours now. That's all up. I bought it on Monday.
Yeah.
It's Saturday today, and literally that's all I've done. When I've come home from work, whatever, just go on it and just spend the night on it. I'm really into it.
You're not doing the main story that way.
So, the game, I'm not going to go too much into the story because spoilers, but you play as a guy called Tuck. He's got I'm not good with people's names.
Yeah, does he have a longer name that's short for? Yeah, I can imagine.
I can't remember what it is. I'm really bad with people's names. When I watch anime, I give people nicknames, and that's how I remember who they are. Like when me and Koi watch Bleach together, we got nicknames for everybody.
I do that though.
So then when I'm trying to talk to someone else about Bleach, they're saying all these names at me, and I'm like...
It's like in My Hero Academia, I call Bakugo Grenade Boy.
It's Grant. Bakugo's Grant, anyway. Anyway, so, and you are a detective, like a private eye, noirish sort of detective, but you're a badass at Kung Fu. Like, you are
'cause why not?
Legit at Kung Fu. And,
is it actually Kung Fu, or is it like a different type
you have, like, 2 stances. I think it's the crane stance and the tiger stance. So the crane stance is for multiple enemies. The tiger stance is for, like, a one-on-one battle.
Okay.
I'm not going to go, like... It's in the story why you know it. I don't want to do spoils.
That's fair.
I don't want to do no spoilers. And you used to be a lawyer. A very, very good lawyer.
Okay.
And in the very first cutscene, you find out you get this guy acquitted of murder. Because you are so adamant that he was innocent.
Oh.
Acquitted.
Sorry, yeah. Sorry.
And everyone's, like, praising you up because everyone's like, oh, like, there was no way. Like, that was amazing. Like, he was going to go down, but you got him acquitted. And then you get a phone call to say he's stabbed his girlfriend and burned the house down.
Bloody hell.
So that's all the first cutscene. That's not, like, major spoilers. That's what you showed me. So that must have been put out.
Okay.
That's the very first thing that happens in the game. So it goes to 3 years later, and he doesn't think he deserves to be a lawyer because he said, like, he couldn't tell that guy was not guilty, and he doesn't want to be a lawyer because he doesn't
trust himself.
Yeah. And you're best friends with this guy called Kaito, who is voiced by the guy who voices Winston in Overwatch. I am so shook when I found that out. And he is ex-Yakuza.
Okay.
The Yakuza play a very big part in this game.
The cop's friends with the ex-Yakuza.
You're not a cop, you're a private detective, so it's
He's
like...
a cop! Oh, private detective, like Jessica
PI,
Jones.
A PI, that's what I said, like an investigator.
Okay.
No. So, he's been kicked out of his family, his branch of Yakuza. Again, I'm not going to say why, because it's in the story, you find out. So you and him just solve crime, you've got an apartment that's literally... like, you sleep on the sofa. Like, you live in this one room. You've got no money. You go around getting jobs from everybody. Like, anyone who can give you some money. So that's kind of like the basis of the game. Combat is really good.
Yeah.
Because it flows so nicely. And it's very nice to watch. Like, when you set off sort of little cinematics within the combat, it's so nice to watch. What
kind of combat is it? Is it like you're hitting people and then pressing the button to dodge, or is it?
No, so like
it's not like an Arkham.
You cannot walk 5 steps in the city without some Yakuzas coming up to you like, you want to go. So you sort of like, you walk, if you want to fight them, you walk up to them and it comes up like, it'll say like Yakuza, the branch of the family, and you'll get into your stance and then you can start the fight. If you want to run, you can run.
Okay.
So you can, like, you fight them with your kung fu, all your different stances. You can pick up pretty much anything off the street. Like, push bikes, all the different signs, traffic cones. I love beating people with the traffic cones. It's hilarious. You can, like, flip off the walls and you can, like, chain combos.
Oh, so it's button combinations.
Yeah, but, like, they're not button prompts. Like, the only button prompt you'll get is when you build up, I can't remember what they call it. I think they might just call it XP. I think it's like something like that. You build it up around whatever stance you're in. So it's like a 50p piece shape of the stance and you fill up the bar around it, and there's multiple ways to fill it up. Combos. You can unlock perks so that when you meet people, like you meet friends on the street, that fills it up. Like you could drink, that fills it up. Certain things you eat fills it up. And the more of that you get, the more mad shit you can do.
Oh.
Like, sometimes you can just... Earlier, I walked up to a gang of enemies and I had the prompt and I clicked the prompt and he took all of them out.
Oh,
he did
just
this,
one button?
He did this, like, massive cinematic, like, cutscene and killed everybody. Well, you don't kill.
Oh.
Nobody has guns.
You got a code.
Nobody has guns, which I thought was really weird when I started playing the game.
They all have swords. I bet they have swords.
Some people have swords. Yeah. There's some people get guns in the story, but like, the ones on the street don't have guns.
They don't in Japan, though.
So...
like, on the street, apparently.
So, like, walking around, the map is open world. It's not too big, though, and I like that. It's the kind of...
Is it all one, like, there's no loading in between?
No, it's just one big map.
Travel,
it's like a town, and I think it's the same town where one of the Yakuzas is set. I've never played any of the Yakuzas, but I know it has the same setting as one of them.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of the characters carry over. Like I say, I've never played a Yakuza game. I am very much interested in playing them now that I've played this.
Let us know if any characters carry over.
So, like, there's the map, and it opens up, and it's very much a case of, like, you got to do certain things to trigger certain things across the map. But you have an app on your phone, and it kind of tracks your stats. So it'll be things like...
Like a Fitbit.
It'll be things like eat one of everything in every restaurant across the whole town.
Oh, okay. So you got, like, collectibles kind of thing?
Essentially, yeah. There's mini games, like there's batting at the arcade. There's shogi, mahjong, poker, like all these different mini games you can play to collect points in this app, and then you get XP from it. Like, I went around and I cleared as much as I could before I even started the story, so I had so many powers and so many perks before I even got into the story because I was just sweeping the map.
Okay.
Then eventually friends open up, and it's you go to certain people, not everybody, and they can become your friend, and you fulfill certain conditions and you build the bar up, and once they're your friend, like, it doesn't decay. And certain people...
So you don't have to keep seeing them to keep being friends.
They'll give you things, like you'll walk past them and they'll go, oh, this is for you. Some of them will help you in fights. Some of them, like they say, they could be allies later in the game.
Can you romance?
There's 4 girlfriends, apparently. I've already got one. I'm almost finished this romance from what I can gather. I don't know how it's going to work, like, with the other 3. Because it's on, like, the stats. It says, like, girlfriend's 1 out of 4. So I don't know if I can just, like... I don't know if, like, maybe when I finish the romance, like, she kind of just goes. And maybe I can go on to the next one. I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Mini-games. I'm not going to give spoilers, but anyone who's playing this game and is really annoyed about the mini-games and the fact that you have to do some of them to make friends with people, a lot of the mini-games I have noticed operate sort of... They're always the same. So the batting one, for example, there's squares, and where the ball lands in the square, that is the exact same place it will land every single time. So if you just learn the pattern, you can, like, I was terrible at it, I couldn't do it, and then I noticed, because I love puzzles, like, I'm very up on the puzzles, and I noticed they always went in the same place.
Do like a mind map like Sherlock.
I literally, like, I'm on Mind Palace, and I realised, and then once I realised it, I did them all straight away, because I knew where I had to be, and then obviously you still have to, like, push the button at the right time, but it just makes it easier.
Yeah.
So bear that in mind, and sometimes you'll see something and it'll be like, you have to do something and you think, that's ridiculous, but you'll meet a certain person and you'll unlock a perk that can help you along the way.
Yeah.
So if you're annoyed that those things seem too impossible, because I was like, well, I can't complete this bit because I can't do this, blah, blah, blah. You meet someone, something unlocks. So it's okay. It's going to all be okay. It's all going to be okay. And you can always, apparently, after you finish the story, the map stays open so you can clean up anything from there.
Oh, that's alright.
So it's all good. I'm really, really enjoying it. It's got a lot to do. And every time you kind of think, it's getting a bit samey now, something else unlocks.
Yeah.
Like drone racing unlocked. I'm loving that. I won the Grand Prix.
Sounded like you were getting pissed off a bit when I was playing. Just as bad as I was getting pissed off with Crash.
I won, and I was literally like, I would have won, and at the last second someone picked me and I had to do the whole thing again. I've unlocked a VR place, which is really fun. Like, there's so much that gets unlocked. So every now and again it is worth doing the story, because you think, well, why can't I go here, or when do I do this? And then you'll play the story and they'll be like, oh, did you hear about this, blah, 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 and you're like, oh, cool, yeah. It's really, really good. I'm really enjoying it. I'm glad I bought it.
Without spoilers, obviously.
Yeah, it's okay. I think, like, for a detective, like, you watch a cutscene, you watch a cutscene and something will happen and you'll be like, it's that guy, like, this is what happened. This is the setup, blah, blah, blah. And then it takes your guy, like, 4 cutscenes.
Like one case, or are you doing like separate little cases?
There are side cases. Side cases appear around town depending on, when you make friends with people, your friend reputation goes up, and the higher your reputation, the more friends you've got, the more cases unlock. But as for the main case, the first case you get assigned to, which is the story case, is a mob boss. He's quite high up. He's not like the boss, but he's the next one down. Is accused of murder.
Shit.
They found this Yakuza, or they found 3 Yakuzas in back alleys in the trash with their eyes gouged out.
Oh no.
And they
Sounds grim.
they think they can pin it on this guy. He's called like Captain Hanamura. They think they can pin it on this guy, and you kind of like prove his alibi, but you think he's covering for the real murderer.
Okay.
And so the case is then like acquitting him is like one of the first things you do. Like that's the point in the first case. That's like the tutorial prologue kind of thing, and then it's you and your mate trying to find out who the real murderer is and what's going on. So, like, things lead out from there.
Sounds pretty interesting.
It is very interesting.
I'll have to play this after you finished.
It is very, very good. It's very good. There's lots of stuff to do in it. I'm taking it really easy on the story because I've been, like, scumming the side stuff, but I'm getting to that point now where
I'm almost done. Did with Assassin's Creed, though.
I'm almost pretty much done on the side stuff, so I am, like, moving forward in the story, but some things you have to wait for. And some people you can't talk to till you've done certain things. So if you're ever running out, like, if you've run out of stuff to do and you think, well, why is this not working? Go and do the next story mission.
Oh, so it moves it along, kind of thing. Cool.
And sometimes you need certain times of the day. And as far as I'm aware, I cannot see any other way of changing it from day to night the story progression.
Oh, so you can't just go to sleep.
That's what I thought. I thought you'd be able to go into your apartment and you'd like sit on your sofa and it would change, but it doesn't. Not yet, anyway. I don't know if it unlocks further down.
Maybe.
But there's some side cases you can only solve at night. That sort of thing. There's some people that only, like, the friends you make only come out at night because they work at like clubs and stuff.
Oh.
So it's one of them. You just got to kind of like, you'll get it. It's one of them when you first start. You think there's a lot going on here. Like there's a lot of mechanics. There's a lot of stuff to remember, but it all gets explained.
Yeah.
It's quite. I thought it doesn't hold your hand though. It is a game where sometimes you'll be like, what the hell am I supposed to do now?
Yeah.
And I think it's not good in some terms.
Oh, okay.
Because, for example, so like I'm sort of...
It literally makes you get stuck, basically.
I was doing a side case and I needed to talk to someone about a certain subject. And now, because I'd already been around the map and I'd made friends with every single person it was possible to make friends with before I even moved on to the next part of the story, I knew the exact guy I had to go and speak to.
Okay.
But if you hadn't have done that, and you're not interested in the side stuff, I'm like, how long would it take you to figure it out? That kind of thing. And sometimes you got to put disguises on, but they don't really tell you that.
Like fake moustache kind of disguises. It's
literally the outfit that he wears with a beanie hat on and some sunglasses. That's it.
Bloody hell.
That's his disguise.
Well, sunglasses and a beanie hat. That doesn't make no sense.
That's his stakeout clothes, because sometimes he's
like Captain America with his cap.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. That's the thing, like, or it'll go, this person was seen eating onion rings, and if you haven't been around the map and you don't know where serves onion rings.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that sounds really interesting.
Yeah. So I'd made a friend who works in a certain place that's a fast food restaurant, so I was like, she's at that place. Do you know what I mean? So if you don't scrub the game like I do, I don't know how you would.
Especially if it's a little, like you said, it's not a big town. You go to know where everything is.
If you just like go the story though, I don't know how. Like, there's no leveling up, so it's not like you need to get stronger. You can buy perks and you can.
Do you have like a skill tree or?
Yeah, there's loads. There's like stuff to do with you. So there's like health, making your attack stronger, making your like alcohol tolerance go up, because like drinking alcohol powers you up, like I said before. So you can get like fully tanked and be super powerful, but not be all like wobbly and stuff. And then there's different fighting abilities, and the third one is the one that I've got pretty much everything in. It's like it makes mini games easier.
Okay.
So if you're like doing a stakeout one, like you're chasing someone, the stuff like if you knock someone out of the way, it doesn't make that much of a noise and the person won't notice, like little things like that.
That's cool.
But I got all them ones first. So there's ways to like make the game easier, you just gotta find it.
Yeah. Put the work in.
It's very good. I'm really enjoying it. I'm kind of sad that I'm coming to the end. I can feel that I'm coming to the end of the mini games.
You're like, no.
And I'm like, I don't want to play the story. I want to do mini games. I want to scrub the mini games. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. For a game I knew nothing about, never played a Yakuza game. Watched one trailer.
Will you play a Yakuza game?
I'm very interested in playing them because this game's very good. I wouldn't say it's like Saints Row. It's not very. It's funny.
I think from what I've heard, the Yakuza games are more like Saints Row.
It is funny, like
not in the like crazy superpower one. I'm meaning more like the first and the second one.
Yeah, it is funny, but it's not like over the top. And I wouldn't say it's like Ace Attorney. Like the courtroom stuff, you don't participate in. Oh. As of yet, I haven't participated in. Like I've been in the courtroom and I've watched the cutscene. Is it more like? You didn't play it, did you? LA Noire. No, I didn't play it. It is
sounds
like that,
very much like
that.
So
you'll go to a
Do
crime
you interrogate
scene.
the people?
Yes.
Yeah,
sort
it sounds
of.
very much like LA Noire.
And you go to a crime scene
and
you look for clues, but it's not hard. Like you can scan around and you know.
Can you get it wrong?
I don't know because I'm good, so. Like,
I
don't know what happens if you choose the wrong. But like, that's the thing. If you're paying attention,
because the amount of times
you know what's going on.
It, like wrong in LA Noire, and you just lose the case.
No
That's
way.
it. Yeah, you move on.
No way.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think
I've scummed saves on that game, so I had to get it right.
I don't think it would. It doesn't seem like that kind of game.
Because then the story wouldn't move on. Right?
There's been times where like earlier, someone conned me, and I wanted my money back, and I was like, give me my money back. And she was like, I'll stab myself. And she got out like a sword, and she's like, I'll stab myself, and then the cops will think that it was you.
When they stab themselves?
Yeah. But no,
What's that called?
She wasn't going to kill herself. She was just going to like, because she was like a con woman. So she was like, I'm going to give myself a little injury, and the cops will think it was you. And the option was,
don't touch the knife, bitch.
The option was, pay up, don't pay up. And I was like, I'm not paying.
Did you get like a conversation?
Yeah, sort of. And I was like, I'm not paying. And he was like, oh no. And it kept coming up, and I was like, I'm not paying. And then I realised the only way to get out of it was to say, I'll pay. So I don't know if it would cut you off. I'd stab myself. It's alright, I sorted it. I sorted it out, it's fine. That's what I'm saying, some of the side cases are just like, so random.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff that happens to you, it is really weird.
Are they fleshed out though, or are they very samey?
They are a case of like, a lot of the times you'll get a case, and before you've even like really got halfway through, you know exactly what's going on. And it gets to the end, and then you think you've solved it, and then you get a phone call like, this is happening, and you're like, oh, that Captain hurt me. Oh no, I could not see this coming at all. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you like those kind of games, if you like detective-y stuff, like, you could do a better job than this guy. Like, you could, like, sometimes it takes him ages to figure something out, and you're there like, mate, I had this like an hour ago, like. But it is really good, it's funny. I like the main character as well, which is refreshing.
Yeah, I hate when you play a game. You love the game, but you hate the guy or the woman you're playing as, and you just like...
He's funny, but he's not cocky. He's funny, he's not cocky. He's an interesting character, and you know he's got a good backstory, and I'm just starting to kind of get into that. But I do like him. I like his friend as well.
It's like when I tried the old God of War back in the day. Didn't like Kratos. Pissed me off, because he was just an angry boy. And I was like, I'm not about this. Played the new one, loved him, but other ones, I was just like, I'm not about this.
When I played Devil May Cry 1 for the first time, I played it and I was like, Dante's such a dick. I can't stand Dante. He's such an idiot. And then the more you play the game, you're like,
Dante's hot.
No. You're like, no, he's a good boy, really. He's a good boy.
Yeah.
And then Nero comes along, and Nero makes the same stupid ass jokes that Dante makes. And because I don't like Nero, I'm like, you're not funny, perish. And then Dante will do something really like stupid the same, and I'm like, oh. It is all down to whether you like the character or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's good. I do want to play the Yakuza games after this.
I would recommend it. You got one for free on PlayStation Plus back in the day.
I would recommend it if you like puzzles, if you like scrubbing side stuff, if you like mini games and collecting. Yeah, it's not too big of an open world.
Detective stuff.
Don't let that put you off.
You like noir stuff? I
It's quite. I wouldn't say it's overly noir-y.
Okay.
Little tiny hints, but not like overboard on it. So.
Recommended.
Definitely. I'm like 30 hours into it, and I've only just got to chapter 4.
How many chapters are there?
I think there's 12.
Oh shit. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
You're even playing this game.
Like I say, I've been scrubbing those side missions and stuff. So yeah, it's very good. I would recommend it. The translation is actually pretty good. Like the English translation.
You had one issue with it, didn't you?
Sometimes there's some things that they'll say, and the one I was on about was like, sometimes after a fight, he'll say, "What a waste," and at first I thought he meant like a waste of like their potential, maybe, or like a waste of their, because they're Yakuza, like they were throwing their life away joining a Yakuza, and then the more I played it, I was thinking like maybe he means like a waste of space,
like a waste man,
and it just didn't translate over. And there's certain things they say, and you kind of know what they're aiming for, but it's just not how we would say it naturally.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, it's not too bad, because sometimes, like, if you watch anime as well, like, if you watch the English one, sometimes they say things you're like,
yeah, I know what you mean.
It's off, but this one is pretty good. But there is just a few things, and sometimes, like, I met a guy earlier who had ginger hair, but he was known in the subtitle box as the blonde guy. And that's the only kind of discrepancy I've seen in that so far. But yeah, there is like a few things people say, or people refer to places as something, and you're like...
Are there signs in English?
No.
Are you supposed to read them?
If you're going somewhere...
Do they have like a little English subtitle right next to it?
No, like, most of the places you can go are on the map.
Okay. So
you can just like click on the place on the map and it'll put like a waypoint. But if they say like, oh, they're over on like the Apple Pie Club on this street, Like, you go there and, like, it's obvious where you got to go. There'll be, like, a marker. So, like, you haven't got to read the signs because, obviously, you wouldn't
They'd show the numbers on the game you were playing because you showed me that, didn't you?
That's Mahjong, though. They're on the tiles.
But would they be if in real Japan?
I have no idea. I play Mahjong, but, like, obviously, because I'm English.
Then the number was there in Japanese as well, so I assume... I don't know. Maybe they just ended up there.
Do you know what, actually? Do you know what? The one thing that really annoys me while we're talking about the map? In that app where it tracks your stats and it's like, eat one of everything from this cafe. And you can't go...
You can't just go and do it.
You can't just click on that cafe from there and mark it on the map. You have to move into your map and select it from the map. And it's not like the end of the world.
Annoying.
It's just annoying.
Yeah.
Because that's
quality of life stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It would just be so much simpler if I could just click, this is where I want to go. Go here, do this.
Mark mission on map kind of thing. Yeah.
A lot of side mission stuff doesn't get marked on the map as well.
Okay. Interesting.
They'll be like, I saw them heading to this street.
I suppose that kind of gives you like the...
You have to actually put some effort in.
Yeah, like, you know the whole thing in Assassin's Creed where it's like, this person's in this area within this, in north of this place. Like, kind of... gives you the a reason to explore.
The map is kind of helpful because
it helps you learn the area.
If you need to go to a certain area, you can search by area.
Okay.
You can search by like establishment names. You can get taxis to place, but I've only ever done that.
Or are they like you have to pay money?
You go up to the taxi, get in, you drive somewhere. But I've only ever done it in the story because the map is not big enough to warrant getting in a taxi.
Do you run everywhere?
Yeah. The map is so small, you can run anywhere. So the only time when you need to go to the police station's not on the map. So the guy will go, get in a taxi, meet me at the police station. So you have to get in the taxi. But when I first played that didn't work for me. Because it was like, get in a taxi, go to the police station. And I got to the taxi and the police station wasn't an option. So I was looking through the map, looking on every point on the map for this police station. I in the end, I Googled it and everyone's like, get in the taxi, click on the police station. I had to shut my game down, load it up again, and then the option appeared. So I don't know if that's like a glitch.
Maybe.
But yeah, there's just one or two things, but it's nothing like major.
Cool.
So, definitely recommend.
There you go. That's Judgement. Or Judge
Eyes.
Judge Eyes. But yeah, I think that's everything we've been playing. I think.
Ori, you played Ori.
Oh, I played Ori in the Blind Forest. Absolutely loved it. Can't believe it took me that long to get into that game. Can't wait for the new one. It's a very pretty game.
It does look
the music's
very nice.
amazing. It's a beautiful experience. I was very happy at the end.
Was it hard? Did you find it hard?
Sometimes, yeah. But it's a challenging platformer. I don't like easy platformers because there's no... You just breeze through them and there's no challenge. It's like some of the ones on Nintendo, not the Mario one, but like some of the... They're not hard. They're made for kids, they're not hard, but this...
Does it have an interesting story?
Yes.
Does it actually?
It actually does, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going to spoil it.
No.
But the art in it is beautiful. It's very creative with your powers and what you can do and when you... Because like, obviously you're not going to be able to get to certain areas at some point because it's one big map, really.
Oh, is it?
But when you get power later on in this other area, you can go back to that area and get to where you wanted to go.
Do you like fast travel between points?
There is warp areas where you can walk between. But I try not to because just gain extra shit then.
Yeah, just walk backwards.
Yeah.
But when you go back, are the enemies still there and stuff like that?
Yeah. Once you go off the screen of where they are,
they come
respawn.
Back. Oh, okay. How long did it take you to finish, do you reckon?
I don't know about hours, but I'd say I've played it for 3-4 days.
That's not long, really.
Yeah, like, it's not long. It would have been a lot quicker if I was better.
What difficulty did you play it on?
Normal.
No. So if you dropped it to easy, you would have finished it a lot quicker.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Does it end in a way that sets up the second one?
Sort of, but I don't see... Like, I've seen the trailers for the second one, I don't see how the ending of the first one
relates
to it yet. Like, it probably will, but...
You're just not sure.
Yeah. It's like seeing an end credit scene for a Marvel movie, and then them not showing anything about it until 3 movies later.
So every single end credit scene that's ever existed, like Adam Warlock come in twice and never actually come in. Yeah.
It's like that. I'm like, alright, maybe it will correspond when the game comes out, I don't know, but we'll find out next year. In March, that's one of the early games coming out next year.
They've been making that game for so long. Number 2.
I can't believe it's coming out so late. But it's given me a chance to actually play the game, the first one, so happy days.
Fair enough.
I also finished Doom 2016. Amazing game. Cannot wait for the new one. Because that game, like, I didn't get into it at first because I thought it was just, you know, it's one of those bro shooters. You know what I mean? Like, you play it, you get what it's about, and then you're like, I faded off. But I went back into it, and there's a lot more intricate systems into how you play it. Because, like, you have to use a chainsaw to get, when you use the chainsaw on an enemy and chop them in half, you get more ammo, you get your ammo back. So when you run out of ammo, you use the chainsaw, you get kind of into like a rhythm of it. It's really cool. I really enjoy that game. It's very, very well made. It's one of the best shooters I've ever played.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. High praise. I used to play Doom back in the day, but I haven't got onto the new ones.
It's very good.
Maybe.
If you like shooting shit up and killing demons.
I do.
And gore and all that.
I'm not too fussed about gore.
You can turn the gore off, to be fair. But it's very, very good.
Maybe I will. Maybe I'll try it. I want to finish Judgment first. I'm gonna cane that.
I'm super hyped for the new one after playing that recently. So.
I want to finish Judgment, then I want to go back onto Persona and Danganronpa.
And then eventually maybe finish those games.
I'm so close to the
Henry started the game and finished it since you actually started, like, you're still playing it.
When I got Persona 5, I went so hard on it, and I mean, like, within like the week, I'd spent like over 80 hours playing it. Do you remember? Like, you were going to work, coming back, and I was like still in the same place.
Yeah, hadn't moved.
I hadn't moved all day, and I really, really got into it, and then I kind of fell off of it, got back into it again, like went on like hard at it again, and then fell back off of it. So, but I know I'm on the last part, so I'm not too far away. So the next time I go hard at it, I will finish it. And with Danganronpa, I kind of forgot what's going on. So I've been back on it a few times, and I just can't remember what I was aiming for.
Yeah.
So I'll figure it out.
Played a bit more Division 2.
It's so good, that
really
game.
Really good game. It's one of those that we haven't finished it. We haven't played like the whole story. We played I played about 31 hours, but like it's because we want to play together. It's finding times to play. Where we can play all play.
The one thing I feel about Division,
but like, it's really good.
Especially this one, is I don't really know what the story is. Like, I get the general gist of it. Like, obviously it carries on from the first one. You're brought in to this new area because I'm assuming you are your person from the first one because you fixed that area.
See, I thought that, but then I'm hearing rumours that the DLC they announced where you're hunting down someone from New York.
They reckon it's you.
They reckon that's you, and I'm like,
that wouldn't work. That wouldn't work. I don't know.
Because you can't be. Because if you're playing it with 3 people, you're not going to be hunting down one of you.
Yeah, exactly.
That won't work.
I feel like the idea is like, obviously the first one it was like the people from Monsters Inc. in their yellow jumpsuits setting everything on fire. They were like the main.
What they call the CD.
In Monsters Inc. they're called the CDA. I don't know what they're called in like Division because I always called them the CDA, so I don't know. But like, and then in this one, obviously it's like the gangs have set up, like the people, like Walking Dead. Like the biggest problem they always have in Walking Dead is the people.
Well, there's no zombies in this.
Well, no, but like that's what it is, and it's not like people have took over. People want
got different types of gangs.
The rest of whatever's left.
One thing I like about the gangs in this, they're very distinguishable from each other. Like they have different tactics.
Yeah.
They do just like the first gang. Yeah, that woman that always comes at you with the fucking green shit and the fucking bats, and you're like. You please fuck off, I'm hiding behind.
So when you get into the True Sons, you like roll upon a True Sons area and you see how
like organised they are.
And you're like
shit son.
Oh god.
But like they're not even the most organised.
I know, the Blasters.
They're coming up.
I know. It's one of those games where you go on it, like when I go on it on my own, I tend to just pick off little side missions. They're like little random things that turn up. Yeah. You don't know, like when you walk past and it's like hostage situation and like they you can never wipe them off the map because they always come back.
Yeah.
I just kind of go around and collect the caches and I'll wipe them off and I do the occasional side mission. But it's very easy to get distracted in that game.
Oh yeah.
Because you think, I'll just go here and do that.
Yeah.
And then you see something else on
and
the way.
More shit comes up on the map.
It's very, but you know what? It's making it last, which I like. Yeah. Because if Division 1, me and Jamie kind of went hard at that. Me and Jamie finished that game very, very quickly and we were like lacking end game.
Yeah. But that was the problem with the first game. This one, not running out of content.
By the time we finished this one, the first DLC is going to have been out.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll actually have, like, stuff to do.
True. This is true.
It's very good. It's a very good shit. It's not easy, by any means.
We ventured into the dark zone for the first time recently.
There's no one in there.
Yeah, we had some people in the first time, which we ended up fighting.
And stole from.
We did steal from with one person.
They started it, though.
Yeah, they started shooting us. So me and Sam, shout out to Sam, we were running through these, like, sewers. And then Kate was like, oh, I'm here, come to me. Because, you wandered off somewhere.
I was dealing with something else. And I was trying to get back to them, so I come up as they were coming out.
And, like, this guy was chasing us, thinking, oh, I'm going to get them, dickheads. Fucking we run out.
And he was a level 30.
We all turn around. And this guy comes out and he just sees all three of us just pointing the guns at him and he's like, oh shit.
I had my turret down and my drone down and he come up the stairs and I just laid into him and he was level 30. Yeah. We were like level 5. We
fucking chased him through the sewers and we destroyed him.
We destroyed him. Took all his rubbish.
Well, he tried to do it to us at Tiny.
He started it.
He did.
In Dark Zone, in Division 1 on the PC, everyone was so helpful. There was none of that going. Everyone on PC was very respectful. Everybody helped each other out. PlayStation, they're all scum.
Come on. How many times have we been like, oh, we're going to go kill this person? Like, it's
it's
what the Dark Zone is for.
If they start, then that's fair enough. If they're friendly, that's
me
fair
and Sam, even if they didn't start, we were like, can we kill them?
That's not honourable. That's not honourable.
It's what the Dark Zone's for.
the Dark Zone's pretty empty, though.
Like, yeah, it's pretty barren.
If you're worried about going in there,
maybe it's because it's the first section.
Maybe.
And then the higher end Dark Zones are later for us. Maybe that's where everyone is.
Maybe. But it just doesn't seem like...
They're interesting though.
There's too much going on in there, really.
It's an interesting experience because you get so much good shit, like, from the... Yeah, do you want to tell a little story about what happened to me yesterday?
So,
God damn it.
We were on our way to a control point. Is it a control point?
Yeah, we're on our way to...
Or like
a landmark.
A landmark.
To get some... Loot, as you do. Following the little line that it gave us, happened to run into the turrets which are at the entrance. So, in my opinion, it's the game's fault because the game took us to there.
It's probably just so you can't, like, rogue agents can't scrub on new people coming through the door. All
our shit was dropped, and then we respawn, and Kate's like, oh, we gotta go get our shit, and Sam's like, come on, let's go get our shit. And I'm last to respawn because I was last to die. And I come around the corner, hoping, I'm going to pick up all my shit. Kate's just grabbed everyone's shit. Kate and Sam just grabbed everybody's shit. And they took all my shit. And I'm like, you just took all my shit.
Because we got out the door and Sam was like, quick, grab everything and run. And I panicked and I just grabbed everything. And
I ended up with nothing. And then
I got some really good loot
rubbing it in for the whole game. You're like, you stole my shit. You stole my shit.
I got some golds. I got loads of purples.
My golds.
I got some good stuff last night.
Yeah, I ended up getting some good stuff eventually after I had to do a lot more work to get more. I just walked off and started killing people because I needed stuff, and they were like, "We got to go in there,
extract."
So I'm like, I have shit all. I'm not extracting until I've got something.
It is a good game. It
is fun.
I really liked the first one.
Yeah.
And this one, it's not too different, but it's a lot better.
What I like about this is the first one was great. It just lacked content. This is the first one with a little bit fewer extra things in, but a lot more content. Like this is the first successful live service launch that isn't broken and does actually have content, and people are genuinely pleased with it. Like some of the issues, some people have issues with some things, but you're always going to find issues within those type of games with loot drops and all stats and all that. You're always going to find issues with that.
To me, like, I've had the same 2 guns for a long time, and I pick some guns up that, like, maybe one of the stats is better but the other's not.
Yeah.
And until I find a gun that is better on both sides, I keep the ones I've got.
What I'm glad they've fixed is, the mods, you used to put them on and they used to go plus 20% stability
and take some away,
minus 20% reload. And like, that's annoying and they all had a minus and a plus, and you're like, that's not. It shouldn't do that because it shouldn't make it worse at the same time. So they took it away, and now it just makes it better. Or they changes, like, minus some of it, but it's like not bad. It's not like ridiculous amounts. But I would like the cosmetics to be better. I like the drop rate of the cosmetics to be better, but
yeah, very rare.
I suppose that's what that pushes you to the microtransactions. They've got to try and sell something.
I'm not about that.
I'm not going to buy them when there's a chance I can get them at the end of the day.
It's just like everything. It's a lot of the same.
Hats.
Yeah, it's all hats.
I've got a cowboy hat, so I am happy.
I don't know. I'd like it to be a bit more like.
It is funny though, because every time we pick it up, we're like, "Oh, I've got some jeans." Ooh.
Yeah. And Sam got a bicycle hat yesterday.
Oh, Sam, bless him, it's funny, man. He's going around with a bicycle hat on. He looks like the guy out of that Final Fantasy film. What's that?
King Regis.
In a bicycle helmet. It's just like, what are you doing?
King Regis is also from the game.
Cosmetic doesn't even give him extra head protection. Why is he wearing a bicycle helmet?
You would think that like the helmets would add something.
Yeah, but like then there's hats like cowboy. What, you cannot stops you from getting burnt by the sun? A cowboy hat.
I don't know.
Not doing much.
I think that's the only thing that game is lacking is cosmetics. Not that
the cosmetics are there. Like I got a tap dance. I'm winning at the life.
I've got a disco fever dance.
Oh, that's jealous.
But like that's what I'm saying. Like I would like to improve that. Like my agent looks like a potato. Like I would like.
Yeah, the character creator was a bit shit.
I would like
He's always been shit though.
I would like the people to be more distinctive looking because everyone kind of just looks the same. When you go into a safe house, like every dude.
You look like Sandy Bullock.
I do. I look like Sandy B, to be fair, which is pretty good.
I don't even know what I look like. I can't remember. I just wear sunglasses and a hat, so you never really see my face.
Yeah, I have to wear sunglasses and a hat because I am an abomination.
I've stopped. In Division 1 it was as a beanie and the sunglasses, but now it's a cowboy hat and sunglasses. So.
Moving up in the world. It is very good. It's a good game. It's not an easy game. It's not the sort of game like
it definitely
you can
requires
scrub it on your
teamwork.
own. Definitely.
I mean, you can screw it on your own. It just takes a while. Like, you were doing all these missions. We were doing the missions that me and Sam hadn't done with Kate, and Kate was like, "Oh, this took me ages. This was really hard."
So long.
And then we did it like really easily with three of us.
Yeah.
So it's one of them where co-op is definitely recommended.
It is.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting
You would think it would scale to how many people you have in your party.
You would think,
but it really, really doesn't.
I'm looking forward to getting into it more, playing more. Yeah.
The DLC looked really promising.
Yeah, so we got that coming. I don't know when.
The first one.
To be fair, the first because when you get to the end game, you get more specialists. There's new specialists. There's 4 now.
Pass me that book right there, and I'll tell you when the first one's coming out. Because this is my E3 notepad, and I wrote it down. So, because I was useful.
But you got a minigun specialist now, which is
this is sick. Because it says DV2 with a big heart around it, because it's one of the only games I cared about at E3. So the first one is in July. It just says July.
Okay.
And then the rest of them don't have. Episode 1 comes out in July. Is
that the zoo?
It's outside of the city. In the presidential compound. Mm-hmm. Episode 2, you got to go to the Pentagon. Break out Magneto from his plastic prison. Mm-hmm. The Black Tusks have took hold of the Pentagon, and there's some information in the Pentagon that you need back.
Cool.
The second raid drops with that as well.
I only played the first raid.
Episode 3 is called Rebirth, and one man has the fate of humanity in his hands at stake, however you want to say it. So it's a manhunt, and that's early next year.
But yeah, we'll play this game.
I would say the first one must be the one where you go to get the traitor, and you go through the zoo and the college. Yeah. And then the second one's a Pentagon. The third one, wasn't that in some really prestigious building? It was the White House, was it? No, because your base is the White House.
It was one of those. It was a building like that. I can't remember which one it is.
I do like
maybe
that.
An embassy. Maybe.
I think the missions in this one, that a lot of the
settings
are really good.
They're good though, because you're fighting through like a World War II museum.
The space one, where you go in that room and it sets off.
Oh, and it's the
planets and stuff.
Planetarium kind of thing.
It's so cool.
That's pretty cool. That one.
The first one kind of lacked, it was all the same. Yeah, everything was like
you're fighting in a sewer
against the CDA,
and it's snowing.
Yeah.
And there's water on the floor, and that was it. Like literally the environments in this game now.
The level design.
The streets are a bit
better.
Samey, but the indoor environment's really cool. Really varied as well. I know it's like every fucking museum under the sun, but they're all different museums and there's different stuff in them. It does look cool.
I feel like the open world aspect, like, it's not very open world.
But then again, we've only explored like
half
of the
like
map.
you can go and you can do those event things, but they respawn. So like to me, there's no point. Like when I first started, I cleared a map, and then I moved to the next point, and then they'll come back, and I'm like, well, there's no point scumming it.
I suppose when you need
leveling up and stuff,
or when you need stuff for the control point.
But the caches that you use to gain perks are all marked on the map when you get to the safe house. So the only thing really to go around and look for... Oh my, no, even when you go to the safe house, the echoes and the mobile phones come on the map as well, don't they?
Yeah.
So, that's what I'm saying, like, it's not... like, an open world to me is when you can go around, you can look at stuff, you can find things as secrets, but if it's all on the map, it's not really a secret, is it?
Yeah, that's the problem with Ubisoft games, though. They always put everything on the map, and there's a fuckload on the map. And that's like their thing. There's no towers to climb this time to unlock the stuff on the map. Which wasn't in the first one, but that's a Ubisoft thing, in it. Like, you climb a tower, you set the tower off.
You're just salty about Odyssey.
And then there's stuff everywhere.
You're just salty about Odyssey.
No, it's not just Odyssey, it's Far Cry does it as well.
I don't know.
And it's just like, get any mechanic for it.
We got cute little Bumblebee patches for being like an OG player. That was cute. I like that.
That was cool. Even though we didn't play for like months.
We were there at day one.
Somehow we've had people join our clan.
That's what
Thank you, by the way, for helping us out there, because we've been absent while we've been playing.
We're hitting it hard now, so we're going to help the clan. Don't worry.
The clan will rise through the ranks.
Don't usurp us and take over the clan, please.
It's fine. I think Adam, the one guy who's been
Adam's
been running our clan in our absence. It's fine.
He's carried our entire clan.
Nice
so thanks, Adam. It's like when I look, and Anthem, that was me, because I was scrubbing it when I thought it was good, and so I was getting all the rewards. You know that friend reward you could collect. I was top all the time, and I went back on it the other day, and like where there was like 10 people playing it, there was one guy playing it.
Oh, it's a shame.
I deleted it. I removed it from my PlayStation.
I hope they turn that around. But anyway, I don't know.
It's too late.
Anthem will probably be brought up on every day, because it's always fucking... Everyone's complaining about it all the time, and it's always in the news.
When's
and then you got EA coming out saying it's already a thing.
No way?
Yeah.
I didn't even know. No one's talking about it. So.
It's on PC test servers.
Oh, okay.
It's not on console yet. I'll give it a go if it's on console, but...
I've uninstalled it to make room for Judgement.
I'll see what it's like. Yeah, it's one of them. It's sitting on there, and I'm like, I need the space, but I don't want to delete it because it might get good.
It won't.
EA are like coming out saying, we trust in BioWare, even if it takes 7 years, this game will get good. I'm like,
I haven't got 7 years.
Why didn't you give them 7 years to make the game?
I don't want them to spend 7 years making this and then push Dragon Age back 7 years, because I'd rather have Dragon Age.
Right now.
I thought they took everyone off of it to work on Anthem.
The core Anthem people. It's
not good.
That's a thing. But I hope it gets better. EA CEOs coming out saying it's going to get better. We do believe in it, and it's staying. So it's saying the right things. What EA say and what they do is a different matter.
They can't be trusted.
So we'll see. But yeah, I think that's everything, right? Yeah. It's finally hot. It's hot, and we can finally like stop. I'm sweating. But
it's very hot.
It is. But that's British summer for you. We get it for like 3 days.
We've had it for like 2 days. Yeah, so we'll probably have night over tomorrow, and then it will go back to being like freezing cold and raining on Monday.
It's England for you. But yeah, you can find this podcast on audio, which I've been forgetting to put it on audio for fucking ages. I need to start putting it back on. It will be this one will be on there, and as a big YouTube video sometime this week. Well, it'll be out by the time you hear what it says. But yeah,
you're right, Chris.
I'm very tired. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
If you like that video and want to see more like it, then click this playlist button here. If you happen to want to subscribe to us and check out all our content, then click this amazing sexy button right here. Look how enticing it is. You know you want to click it. And if you're already subscribed to us, well then you are already an awesome human being.